Okie dokie. So we're going to do a splits prep class today. So there's lots of hip stretches and hamstring stretches. We're going to begin laying on our backs. So bring yourself so you're comfortably laying on your back. Okay. So just check in with your spine. So nice and long through the back of the neck. So a little tuck of the chin, but not anything that's going to squash the front of the throat. You can have your legs out long. Just be aware of your low back and how comfortable it feels. Maybe bringing your index fingers and your thumbs together so that you're kind of in a diamond shape. And just placing them just between your hip bones and down to your pubic bone. Just double check to see if this area is like flat. So you want to be able to imagine a marble to go here and not move around so that your pelvis is in the right position. And maybe picking the shoulders up and put them back down. So nice and long through the spine. Just let your toes roll out to the outside edges of your mat and bring in your palms facing up. It's just settling into the body here. So hands far enough away from your body that your shoulders can open. Just stay really still for a couple of moments. And then see if you can have a move around, see if you can make yourself feel any more comfortable than you already are. Just taking a scan through your body, so looking for anywhere that maybe feels a little bit tight or uncomfortable. Just feel free to kind of move the area around or maybe tense the muscles up surrounding the area and relax them. You might want to do that more than once, depending on the area and how much tension there is. So being aware of the muscles of the face and just relaxing the forehead, sides of the eyes, just resting the tongue at the bottom of the mouth. Being aware of any subconscious movements we do, like playing with our fingers, so just being aware, bringing your awareness into your body, observing your body. Now, without changing it, we're just going to begin to observe the breath. So just noticing where the breath moves as you inhale. Notice how the inhale and the exhale feels different. Then bring your awareness to the tip of your nose. Just observing your breath. Being aware of the empty space behind your eyes. Being aware of the weight of your head on the ground. With each inhale, we're just going to deepen more and more into the breath. So taking the breath into the belly, into the ribs and up into the chest. And then as we exhale, allowing the chest to move down, the ribs to move in and the belly button to come to the spine. So each time you inhale, see if you can take that breath a bit deeper. And each time you exhale, see if you can make the breath a bit smoother. See if you can match the inhale and length of the exhale. So maybe 6-second inhale, a 6-second exhale. Let's go for 5 breaths. So nice long inhales and 5 nice long exhales. Being aware of your thoughts. Each time your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. Activating your ujjayi breath by just making a small constriction at the back of the throat so your breath becomes audible. Makes it sound like the ocean. Once you've got to your fifth exhale, bring in your right knee into your chest. Just taking your time. So if you're still doing your breath, stay true to your body's natural rhythm. Just being aware of the sensations in your body. So try and keep both your shoulders grounded, just using the arm strength, just to gently pull the knee in towards the chest. So being aware of the sensations you can feel, bringing your awareness to your hip. And if you feel any tension, any stretch, just be aware of the sensation. Remember, you can come in and out. Maybe you want to pull the knee away and bring it back in. Maybe you want to point and flex your toe. See what feels good. And we're just going to change the positioning of this stretch now. So just easing off on the knee, bringing the knee to the outside of the ribs and back towards the shoulder. So just noticing how this stretch maybe feels slightly different. Trying to keep the left side of your body grounded, so all 10 toes are nice and active, so the left leg is completely active as well. You're going to be changing the positioning of this stretch, and it's going to be where it's probably going to mean you're going to want to topple over to the right. So keep that left side really nice and grounded. You can bring your left hand onto your left hip, just to help keep that hip grounded. You're just going to stack the ankle over the knee, so you can hold on to your thigh, your ankle, or the outside edge of your foot, and come into happy baby or half a happy baby. So try to keep the ankle stacked over the knee. Try to keep the left side of the body completely grounded, and staying connected to those nice long inhales and exhales. 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Being aware of the sensations in your body. Maybe you're feeling something in both hips here. Maybe you're just feeling something in the inner thigh. Just be aware of your body and the sensations you feel. So we're going to transition into a half twist. So maybe releasing the grip on the foot. Give that leg a little shake if you need to. Maybe you want to draw a circle with the knee in each direction. So the more different directions you take the hip joint, the less pressure and tension you're going to feel. More synovial fluid is going around, taking all its range of movements. So bringing that right knee back into the chest. Right hand comes out in line with the shoulder. Left hand can come onto the right knee, and we're just going to draw that knee across the body into place. So you might want to pick your hips up and pop them back down. Maybe picking the shoulders up and putting them back down. Just easing that knee across. Keep both your shoulders planted on the mat. So if that right one is starting to lift up, just bring yourself back towards center a little bit more. So actively pressing the right shoulder down as you maybe just gently pull the knee over to the left. And you can look down at the right arm if it feels good in the neck. Otherwise, keep looking up towards the ceiling. Stay focused on your breath here. So breathing into your belly, 6 seconds. Nice and long, smooth exhale, 6 seconds. So always coming back to your breath. So just getting ready to move again. Using an exhale, come back to center. So just re-establish your hips and your shoulders on the ground if you need to wriggle around to make yourself a bit straighter on your mat. And we're just going to stretch the back of the leg here. So bringing that right leg up towards the ceiling. So you might need to bring the leg quite far away from you, either holding onto the back of the thigh or maybe holding onto the back of the shin, depending how flexible your leg is. You're welcome to bend the left knee if that feels more comfortable. We're just going to point and flex the toe. So with these stretches, we are going to be asking a lot from our hips and our hamstrings if we want to do the splits prep. So it's really good to start very gently with these stretches. It's really tempting to kind of try and point your leg in as close as you can straight away. If you can, it doesn't necessarily mean you should, because it really does make the muscles close up. If your body thinks you're going to injure yourself, it will just close. So our brains think they know better than us, the subconscious mind, and they are the ones running the ship a lot of the time. So yeah, just working with your body's limitations, working with your muscles, the pointing and flexing. So let's try and trick our muscles by pointing the toe and maybe easing that leg a little bit closer. Point and flex, and just notice the difference in a point and the difference in the flex. What goes on in your leg as you flex and as you point. Deep breathing, so the more relaxed you are, the more stretch you'll get as well. The more your brain will relax and think that you're in control, which is what we want really. So let's point that toe, maybe you can get that leg a little bit closer. So options here, so if your leg is on the floor bent, maybe you want to keep it there. Maybe you want to extend it out. Maybe you want to hover at the heel, so pointing all 10 toes. Pointing the toe of the left foot and engaging that 5 fully. And just pull in the shin of the right foot towards you. So take a nice big breath in. As you breathe out, maybe you want to lift up your head and shoulders here. It's a bit of core work. Really engage in your pelvic floor. Pulling your low back into the ground. Try and relax your shoulders. So really, really engage in both legs, maybe releasing the hands and try and keep the legs where they are. So really working your core. Keep breathing. One more breath. Let's have an inhale. Exhale, see if you can lift a little bit higher. And come all the way down. So bend in the left knee, bend in the right knee. We're just going to stack the right ankle onto the left knee. And then just gently draw the left knee in towards you. So stretching the hip here. So there's lots of options here as well. Maybe you want to take your right hand and just push that right knee out. So you don't want, if the knee is rolling in like this, then you want to maybe push it out so it's more in line with the left knee. You can reach through the gap, hold on behind the thigh, in front of the shin. You're welcome to move that right leg along, like slide your shin along, as though your knees kind of coming towards each other, and just gently pull the knee in. So experiment with these postures as we're holding. Maybe something different feels really good for you today. So just really, really being aware of how your body is. Breathing into the stretch. So as I say, the more relaxed you feel, the more your body will trust you and allow you to stretch deeper. So if you do want a little bit more, maybe pushing your tailbone down towards the ground, being aware of tension in your body elsewhere, so maybe your chest, your jaw, your shoulders, just relax as much as you can. So we're going to release the grip on the knee. Coming into a bit of an interesting stretch, so this might feel great, this might not feel very nice at all. So imagine that you're coming to cross your legs, so you're just going to bring that right foot underneath and bring your foot towards your bum. That makes sense. Yes, you've got it. So maybe you want to grab hold of your foot with your left hand, maybe your knee is still up quite high, so just pushing that knee down towards the ground. Right hand can come to the left knee, and the left hand is grabbing the right foot. So we're kind of opposite hands. Yeah, see how it feels? Maybe it feels great. I feel like this stretch is like heavenly, but you might feel very differently. So see how you feel. If you don't like it, then you can just straighten the leg out and just come back into that glute stretch on the other side. Otherwise, just 1 or 2 more breaths here in deer. And let's release that right leg. So bringing the leg straight out and just drawing that left knee in towards you. So all 10 toes up towards the ceiling. Same stretch on the other side. So just check in with your neck, your shoulders, and check in with your hips. Make sure they're still in an alignment. Check in with your breath. 6-second inhale, 6-second exhale. Check in with the muscles of the face. So being aware of the sensations in your body, being aware of your thoughts. Maybe bringing the knee to the outside of the ribs and putting it on up to the shoulders. So just be aware how the stretch feels different. And again, you'll probably start to notice that as you pull that left knee in, that your body wants to kind of topple to the left. So really stay strong through that right side. Being aware of every other places that you're feeling tension. So being aware, maybe shoulders, chest, jaw. Keeping your core muscles engaged. So we're transitioning into that happy baby. So bring the right hand onto the right hip, just to keep the hip grounded, and we're just stacking the ankle over the knee. So being aware of the 2 sides of your body. Don't just go straight for the foot. So maybe you want to go for the thigh or the ankle first. Maybe one side of your body is more open than the other. So just being aware of this. Just drawing that knee down as we plant everything on the right side of the body, like really stay connected to the ground on the right side, being aware of the sensations you could feel in the hips. Maybe the hip of the right leg is working as well. Maybe you're feeling both hips, maybe just one. Just notice. Notice other places of tension. So maybe your jaw is tightened up as soon as we started this stretch. That can be quite intense stretches, so just be gentle with yourself and your body. So let's release the grip, coming into that twist. So again, maybe you want to draw circles with the hip just to release from the happy baby. Lots of little pops and things and quirks going on in my hip. Okay, just taking the circles both ways, so make sure you even out both sides. Any other movement obviously is really good as well. And let's bring the left hand out in line with the shoulder. Right hand comes onto the right knee, nice and gently, just toppling over. Again, maybe you want to pick your hips up and restack them. Maybe you want to pick your shoulders up and restack them. Just make sure both shoulders are planted. Make sure it's comfortable. So if it's not comfortable, obviously just make some adjustments to make sure that you are as comfortable as you can be. You don't ever have to kind of stay where you land in these postures. You kind of move. And again, if your neck doesn't feel good, look in the opposite direction of the knee, and you can look at the ceiling. Trying to keep your tailbone tight, try not to push your chest out. So nice engagement through the ribs. Breathing. And let's gently roll back to center. So again, if the backs of your legs are quite tight, you're welcome to just pop the right foot down on the floor, stretching the back of the leg now. So just bringing the left leg as close to straight as is comfortable. So as long as you're feeling the stretch, it's the main thing. All 10 toes nice and engaged. Let's point and flex that foot. So again, noticing the difference in the point, the difference in the flex. Notice where the muscles tighten and where they loosen with each movement. So as we flex, you're going to feel the back of the leg working, and as we point, the foot front of the leg. So taking your time, stay connected to your breath. So next time you get to a point, just hold the point and maybe pull the leg in a little bit closer. So just tricking your muscles, flex and point. So notice how the muscles as you flex in the back of the leg maybe feel a little bit more intense. So remember, you can always back off and come back in. You don't ever have to stay in the same position. Like I say, the more that we show our bodies that we are in control of what we're doing, the more our bodies will stop being control freaks, and that's when we show a bit more. So let's point the toe. You can bring that leg in a bit closer and hold. So options, you can keep that foot flat on the floor if that's where is comfortable. Maybe you want to lengthen the leg out and float the heel, pushing the ball of the foot to the other side of the room. So let's take a nice big inhale, right leg's fully engaged. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up towards the knee. Inhale, right down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. One more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, stay. Maybe let go of the legs. See if we can hold for a couple of breaths. So really working your core, really working the backs of the legs. Let the breath in. As you breathe out, see if you can lift head and shoulders a little bit higher. And rest everything down. Bend in the right leg. Pop in the left ankle onto the right knee. And whenever you're ready, just drawing that knee in towards you. Again, being aware of the two sides of your body and how different they both are. Maybe the stretch feels completely different on this side to the other side. So just close your eyes and just zone in. Being aware of all the sensations, being aware of your thoughts, being aware of your breath. There's so much to think about. Again, you might want to slide your leg across, so bringing the knees towards one another, finding different places where maybe you've got a really sweet spot, maybe you want to hold somewhere else that feels really good. So just play around, find what feels good for your body. There's a lot of tension that we hold in our hips. There's also a lot of emotion that we hold in our hips. So yeah, be aware of your thoughts. You might be having some interesting thoughts as we're stretching. So just being aware and observing yourself. Let's release the grip on the knee. So again, this funny old stretch, we're going to go as if we're trying to cross our legs laying down. So bring the foot towards your butt and just bringing that left knee down towards the mat. The right hand then is just going to grab hold of the left foot if you can reach. Otherwise, if you're feeling the stretch without the grip, then just stay where you are and maybe the left hand can come onto the right knee. So it's an interesting stretch. Just be aware of all the places you can feel this. Deep breathing. Keep engaged through your glutes as well. You're not just kind of hanging out with the joint here, nice and engaged. Okay, that's a lovely stretch. Just bringing both knees into your chest. Let's draw some circles in each direction. Maybe you want to take like frog legs, breaststroke, just to loosen off the hips. Well, lots of clicks going on in my hips today. Well, cool. So finding some movement, whatever feels good. And then bringing the knees into your chest. So hold on to the backs of the knees. Big breath in, exhale. Just lift your head and shoulders up towards your knees and making a nice C-shaped spine. From here, using your legs to gain some momentum. Nice C-shaped spine. So just rocking the length of the spine, getting a nice massage from the floor, gradually increasing the size of the rocks. We're going to see if we can come and hover the feet. So as we come up straight in the spine, always make a C-shaped spine again, rock back. Come up straight in the spine so you can balance. And stuff has come back again. We're going to move forwards, balance, releasing the hands. Let's just hold both for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet to the ground. Lengthen your legs out in front of you, which is going to take a forward fold. So find your sit bones first. The backs of your legs still feel tight. Proper bend in your knees. You can inhale and reach up. And exhale, folding from the hips. Starting to fold over the legs. Bring the chin to your chest last. And just pedal the legs. So maybe bending one leg and then the other. Just taking a nice stretch down the back of the legs. So as we stretch the hamstrings, if we engage the quads, we'll get more stretch from the backs of the legs. So try putting up from your knees and engaging the muscles in your quads here. Okay. So let's come over onto our knees, hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. I'm going to come into some cat-cows. So as you inhale, dropping your belly down, elbow comes up and look up. As you exhale, rounding your spine, pushing to the ground, really, really accentuate the movement. So try and match your breath to your movement. So try to synchronize the inhales and the exhales with the movements. Let's have one more inhale and exhale. So really engage your tummy, your pelvic floor, and find a flat back position somewhere in the middle. So let's start with the left foot. So bring the left foot back and tuck the toe. So really, really engage in the muscles in your tummy. And then we're going to lift that foot up. So try not to like arch your spine. So try and stay nice and neutral through your spine. Toes come down towards the ground. Maybe lifting the right arm up with the bicep by your ear. So trying to get a nice long line. When you heel to your fingertips. Either stay in here or 5 elbow taps. So inhale here, exhale round your spine, bring your elbow and knee together. Inhale out. Another 4. Exhale, inhale out. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. So bring the right hand down, tuck the left toe. We're going to roll to the outside edge of the left foot and step the right foot in front of the hips. Reach the hand up. So you'll be getting a stretch in the outside of the hip here. Inhale the hand up. You got it. Good stuff. Okay, so let's inhale, reach above your head. Feel that stretch down the whole side of the body. Exhale, dip your hips down and reach for your foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. Come all the way up and round, so hands under the shoulders. Step back for a plank. Just going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, chin and chest down. So pushing your body forward and just lifting your chest. So 3 rolling cobras, exhale and lower. Try and use the muscles in your back rather than your hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale down. And press the child's pose. So toes together, knees wide, forehead comes down to your mat. Take a couple breaths here. If your forehead doesn't touch, just stack your hands on top, maybe rocking your forehead from side to side. Let's take a stretch for the shoulders whilst we're here. So left arm stays out in front, right arm reaches under the left, so shoulder and ear come down. Stretching the middle of the shoulders. Keep breathing. Notice how your breath changes the stretch. So you inhale, you'll probably feel a bit more of a stretch there. Okay, next inhale, we're going to swap. So right arm comes out, left arm slides under right, shoulder and ear comes down and stretch. Okay, so bringing the left arm back out, checking that your hands are at shoulder distance. We're going to come up on full pause again. So let's just take one cat and cow to find our neutral spine. So inhale, drop the belly down. Exhale, round your spine. So really, really engage your pelvic floor. Find your nice flat back position somewhere in the middle with a nice engaged core. So this time, right foot comes back. So tuck the toe. Just being aware of your low back and your hips. You want to keep everything in alignment. So next exhale, lifting that foot up. So trying to keep your back in the same position. Toes facing down towards the ground. Maybe lifting the left arm up. So nice straight line. And you heel to your fingertips. Either staying here or exhale, knee and elbow come together around the spine. Inhale, straighten everything out. Another 4. 3. 2. And 1. Stretch everything out. Bring both hands down. Plant that right foot, so coming over to the outside edge of the right foot and stepping the left foot in front of the hips, reaching the hand. So nice stretch here for the outside of the hips. Keep lifting. So inhale, bring the arm up and over, big stretch. Exhale, bring the hips down towards the ground and reach for your feet. Good, 2 more times. Inhale up, stretch. Exhale back. One more inhale up. Exhale back. So rotate round, pop both hands under your shoulders, step back into plank. Let's just hold plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either knees, chin, chest, or all the way down. Elbows grazing your ribs. Shoulders back and down. This time, 3 rolling cobras. So inhale, maybe pushing into the ground this time. Keep your elbows bent, shoulders back and down. And exhale, lower. So if you feel in the muscles in your back, think of lengthening your spine each time you're coming down. Inhale, lift. So bringing the chest is the first place that we bend when you come into these. And exhale back down. So as we lift, think of opening your chest. So think of the back bend beginning in between your shoulders. Just get a bit more out of it. Lovely. Exhale down. So hands back under the shoulders. If you've moved them, tucking the toes. Maybe pushing up to plank this time. And back into downward facing dog. So just taking a few breaths in your down dog. So bringing the rib cage, engaging the muscles in the rib cage, bringing the belly button to the spine, tailbone coming up towards the ceiling, heels coming down towards the floor. And imagine you have peas underneath all of your knuckles and you really want to press the peas down. So you want to squash them peas, give your head a shake. Think of wrapping your triceps under. So the triceps at the back of your arms, imagine putting them underneath. Okay. Right, so we're going to lift the right leg up. So inhale, lift the right leg into down dog split. So just be careful of your weight here. Make sure that your weight doesn't, you still keep the weight distributed evenly through your hands. So as you inhale, bring that heel closer up to the ceiling. Exhale, the left heel closer down. So we're going to bring the right heel to your butt. And then rotate the knee up towards the ceiling. So we're taking a stretch for the hips. Try and keep the shoulders, lovely, that's it, yeah. Try and keep your shoulders nice and square. Okay, so as we exhale, we're going to rotate round and bring your knee in towards your chest and roll into plank. Inhale back, keep the knee bent. Bring your foot to your butt and open your hip out. So 2 more times, bring your foot in. Exhale, knee comes to chest and roll to plank. Inhale back up. Knee comes up to the ceiling. 1 more time, come back to center. Exhale, knee to your chest and roll to plank and set the foot between your hands. So left knee can come down. So imagine squeezing your thighs towards one another. So you can stay nice and low over the legs. Imagine that you want both your legs to touch. Really active through the hips. Think of sinking your hips down towards the ground. Keep breathing. So nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to come into half splits. So just start to straighten that right leg as close to straight. We're going to take 3 breaths here. So play around with the movement. Maybe you want to point and flex the toe or just wobble the foot side to side. Maybe you want to keep lifting and lowering over the leg. See what feels good. Okay, we're just going to roll this movement. So inhale forward, drop the hips down. Exhale back. Another 3, inhale. And exhale. Just rolling your breath to your movement. Okay. So this next one, we're going to roll forwards. And then bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand for a bit of a different hip stretch. So try and keep that knee squeezed up against your shoulder. Keep the hips coming down towards the ground. So you're probably feeling a lot in the hip flexor, being up high. Maybe try coming down to the forearms. If you have blocks, you can lean on the blocks just to give yourself a bit more height. You're welcome to roll to the outside edge of the right foot. You can't see that on the camera actually. But just roll into the outside edge of the foot and bringing the knee out to the side feels quite good. So see what feels good for your body. Maybe you would like to reach behind the right foot and grab the inside of the left foot. See if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, just don't worry about it. It's a good stretch in the quad, in the front of the leg. Okay, so let's just release from there. So in the same movement as we did from the box position, we're going to inhale, twist open with the right hand, rotate to the outside edge of the right foot and step the left foot, and step the right foot in front of the hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tip the hips down. Do another one of these. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, dip. So we're going to rotate all the way around. So inhale, reach up, come onto the left toes, pivot round on the right heel. So keep going, keep going, keep going until we're in a side lunge. Amazing. So your side lunge might look a bit more like this. You might be a bit higher. You might want to put your hands on the ground. Maybe you're up on your tiptoe as well. Some people have got not got very bendy ankles, so maybe the tiptoe is even harder to balance. Let's try. Very difficult. So we're just going to hold. Cool. Let's rotate round to low lunge. Step back to plank and vinyasa. So whichever option suits you. Knees, chin, chest, all the way down, or maybe a chaturanga halfway down. Dog or cobra, and back to downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths there. Some nice big long inhales. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And give your head a shake, just recenter, refocus. You can do the same on this side. So next inhale, lift the left leg up. So toes stay down towards the ground, heel comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the right heel closer to the ground. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, deepen. Let's bring the left heel to the bum cheek and then rotate that hip open, just that hip stretch. Try and keep both your shoulders in alignment. Inhale here, exhale, roll back round, bring your knee to your chest, and exhale, roll forward to back. Inhale back, lift the knee up, rotate, open. So 2 more times, bring the knee into your chest and come forwards to plank. Inhale back and open. 1 more time, rolling forwards, knee to chest, exhale, plank and step. Good stuff, yes. So bring that foot through, bring the back knee down. Keep your hands nice and low. Again, imagining you're squeezing your thighs like you want them to touch. So we're really nice and engaged through the glutes and through the hips here. Just sinking the hips down towards the ground. Try and keep lifted through your chest if you can. Breathing. So being aware of the sensations you can feel in your body. Keep breathing into it. Next exhale, we're just going to nice and gently start to straighten that left leg. Just holding for around 3 breaths here. So again, feel free to move, maybe point to flex the toe, maybe wiggle the foot. So it feels really great. Feel free to reposition your body at any time as well. Okay, so you moved your hands, bring them back, shoulder distance either side of your foot. Inhale, let's come forwards to crescent and exhale into half splits. So we're going to do this another 4 times. Inhale forwards and exhale back. With each time we're rocking forwards and backwards, we're getting a bit more stretch. Okay, let's have 1 more forward and back. Actually lost count then. So I think that's 4. Let's come forward and let's move the left foot to the outside of the left hand. So keep pressing that knee in against your upper arm. You can stay up on your hands. Make sure you're shining your chest forward. So try and keep lifting through your chest. You're welcome to lower down onto your forearms if that feels better. And you can probably see better on this side than the other side. Maybe rolling to the outside edge. Maybe you can push your knee open. Just keep rolling in and out. Maybe there's one place that you can hold that feels really, really great. So it's everyone's body's different. So just be aware of what feels good for you, and maybe something different to you will feel good to me. So if you would like to take the quad stretch, the right arm stays planted, twisting, reaching behind with the left hand, and just easing that foot in towards your butt. It's quite intense, so maybe it doesn't feel so great. So yes, just be aware. There's a lot going on here. We've got a twist, we've got hip opener, we've got quad opener, and shoulders. There's a lot going on. Let's release. The first if you brought it in. So coming up, bring the right knee up off the ground. Inhale. Let's twist towards the leg. We're going to come into those hip stretches. So coming onto the outside edge of the right foot. And stepping the left foot in front of your hips again. So lifting up, stretch. Arm above your head. We're going there. Wow, that's good memory. Inhale back down, exhale down, sorry. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now we're going to rotate around into side lunge. So coming up, spinning around. Nice. It's a good transition, hey. And we're just going to hold. So again, you might be a bit higher up. You might be nice and low. You might be up on your tiptoes. So wherever you are, maybe you want to have your hands down on the ground. Maybe you want to have them at the heart center. Just try and balance there. If you're on your tiptoe, it's a lot harder. So good on you for managing to balance there. I sit and you can't. So let's come round to low lunge. Step back to plank. Either vinyasa or meet in downward twist. So just recenter in your downward dog. Just check in with your body, check in with your thoughts. Ground down through the hands and the feet. Okay. So next inhale, let's lift the right leg high. Exhale, we're rolling through knee to nose. So roll to plank, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to chest, roll forward. Inhale back. One more time, exhale, roll forward. Pop your foot down, pop the back knee down. Just one forward and backwards. So this time, inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, come into half splits. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, we're going to come into, come into low lunge, sorry. And then exhale, straighten the right leg. So what we did on our knees, just with on both legs, extended pyramid. Think of lengthening your spine as you inhale and exhale, fold over the leg. 3 breaths. So come back to your breath, refocus, micro bend in this right knee. If it's not feeling very nice. And let's inhale, come back forward. Plant the left hand. Next inhale, twisting towards the right leg. So nice stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle the hand round. Come up into high lunge. So just pop your hands onto your hips here. Make sure that your hips are in alignment with the front of your mat. So you might want to hip point up. Swivel them round. So we're going to bend the left knee, thinking of getting the hips in alignment, then straighten the leg and squeeze the butt. So just a small movement, maybe 2 and 3. So find that alignment, feel that the hips engaged. Inhale, reaching the hands up. And exhale, opening into warrior 2. So just finding the posture first, trying to stack your shoulders over your hips, arms nice and strong in a capital T. Make sure you can see your big toe next to your knee there, so nice and strong. Take a nice big breath in as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, coming into side angle, so resting the right arm onto your leg and reaching up and over. Inhale, let's come all the way up. The 5-pointed star. So knees the same direction as, toes the same direction as the knees, sorry. Exhale, sit into your wide leg squat. Inhale up. Another 2, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And just hold this one, maybe sway side to side. Maybe you want to take some little pulses. Try and keep your back nice and upright if you can. Maybe pulsing the knees out towards the toes. Feels quite good. Quite a small movement, but you can really feel it. Inhale, let's come all the way up. Exhale, cartwheel with the hands around low lunge. Step back plank, vinyasa, or if you want to skip the vinyasa, meeting downward facing dog. Nice big breath in. Exhale, out the mouth, just release some heat. We're going to go straight to the left side. So inhale, left leg high. Try and keep your hips in alignment. Exhale, roll forward, knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale, 2. Inhale. 3. Step forward. So left foot to the inside of the left hand. Popping the right knee down. Inhale, reach the hands up. Crescent moon. Exhale, straighten the leg. Half splits. Tuck the back toe, inhale, come forward into low lunge. So your exhale, we're going to straighten the legs. So what we did on with the knee down, this with the legs straight. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold. You're going to hold for 3 breaths here. So micro bend in this left leg. If you feel like you're dumping back into the knee joint, just micro bend there. Cool. So let's inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come to low lunge. And inhale, twist. The left arm twisting towards the left leg. Big stretch. Exhale, cartwheel the hand round and come up into present lunge. Cool. So again, hands on your hips. Just find that correct alignment. So if you need to bend the back knee to get your hips in alignment, then that's really, really fine. So let's do some knee taps. So just a little bend and then straighten the legs. So feeling the quad and the hip flexor stretching. Another 2. And up. 1 more. Down. Up. Feel that stretch and that engagement. Inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, open to warrior 2. So let's just find the alignment first. So again, make sure you can see your big toe up next to your knee. And that outside edge of the back foot is engaged. Hips nice and open, arms in capital T. Then putting your tailbone down and your rib cage in here. Keep breathing. So next inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. So elbow comes onto the knee. Reaching up and over. Try not to sag into this left arm. Stay nice and lifted. Good stuff. Inhale, push through the front foot. This time, both feet are going to block the outside edges of your yoga mat. Pull up from your quads and take a forward fold. The right leg forward fold. If you come narrower, you get a bit more space for gravity to just kind of lengthen your spine. So the more dangle you get, the more gravity can help your spine lengthen. You want to stretch your inner thighs though, come as wide as you need to. Make sure that you're pressing the outside edges of your feet down so that the arches are lifted, and keep engaging through your quads. You'll probably keep wanting to let go, so keep coming back to lifting from the knees. Keep breathing. Okay, let's inhale. Lengthen the spine. If you've made your feet wider, heel toe and back in. We're going to come around a low lunge, left leg, step back to plank. Vinyasa, meeting in child's pose. Just a little quick break. We do the last little round. Breathing, relaxing, refocusing, coming back to your breath. Last round then. So let's tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog. So next inhale, right leg is going to lift up high. Exhale, roll forward, knee to nose, step the foot to the inside of the right hand. Back knee comes down straight away. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, tuck the back toe. We're going to come forwards and pop up into standing splits. Just have 1 or 2 breaths here. So keep, this is really, really stretching and strengthening the hamstring. So let go of any tension in your head and your neck. Inhale, lift that leg higher. And exhale, back into low lunge. Inhale, let's come up. Crescent lunge. So getting those hips in alignment, maybe sinking, coming a bit deeper. Just 1 breath here. Exhale is warrior 2. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale all the way up. Bring both your feet so they are blocked to the outside edges of your mat. Hold onto your hips. Engage your quads. Start to fold forward. So keeping your spine nice and straight. Stop halfway. Bit of back work here. So really engage the muscles in the quads. Micro bend to the knees if it doesn't feel good. Bring your arms into capital T. So see if you can get your hands higher than your head. Reach forwards. Bring back out. reach forwards, bring them out. One more time, forwards, out, and let's fold all the way down. Give your legs a little wiggle. So right toes, the ones at the front of your mat, turn them out to about 45 degrees, and we're going to sit into asana, side angle, side lunge. So hands to the floor, side lunge to the back of the mat. Then we're going to low lunge to the front, pop up onto that back foot into standing splits. So rolling all the way through, bring your knee into your body, and we're just going to step the foot through. Nice. So let's take a twist whilst we're here. So step that right foot over the left. We're taking a breather. Right hand just behind your hips. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, just twist. So twisting from the base of the spine. See if you can just hug the knee in. Maybe you can find the elbow on the other side of the knee. Keeping both your shoulders nice and relaxed. Keep breathing. Okay, so unravel from your twist. Bring that right leg back up and over. So we're going to rock back. The right leg is the one that's stepping down. So we'll rock as far as the shoulders. Step that right foot down. See if we can come back up. Into standing splits maybe. And then step back. No lunge. Plant the hands. Vinyasa. Or meet skin downward facing dog. Let's just whiz through the other side, and then we can just crack on with relaxing. Body's nice and warmed up though. So let's inhale the left leg nice and high. And keep your hips in alignment. Exhale, roll through, knee to nose. In your hands. Pop the back knee down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, coming into standing splits. So tuck that right toe and pop up. It's going to hold standing splits for 3 breaths. So it's quite intense. Keep breathing. Focus. Next inhale, see if you can get that leg a bit higher. And exhale, low lunge. Try to remember where we went now. Inhale, let's come all the way up into high lunge. And remember. So maybe making your stance a bit wider, making sure that your hips are in the correct alignment. Big inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, reach. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, we're just coming into a standing forward fold. So hands on your hips. All the way down. Soft angle here. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. Just making sure that the outside edges are pushing down and the arches are lifting up so we're not like rolling in here. Okay, halfway lift. So turn the left toes out 45 degrees. Sit towards the left foot, so towards the front of the mat. Asana. Inhale. Maybe this time hands up off the mat and to the back of the mat. Otherwise, hands down to support you. And then low lunge to the front of the mat. Big inhale, standing splits. So big stretch up. Exhale, bringing your knee all the way through. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Sit down. You're not going to get back up again now, don't worry. So inhale, reach in the right arm up. And exhale, twisting towards the left knee. So either just hugging the knee in or hooking your elbow to the outside. Just keep breathing. Try and keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Maybe you pop your eyes closed. Tell a lie because we do need to come back out. Otherwise, we won't be even on both sides. So unravel from your twist. Left leg is the one we're going to step on. On as far as the shoulders. Come back forward. Left hand comes down. Unfailing. Come up. Just standing splits. Step back. Take plank. Take a vinyasa, or you can make the down dog or the child's pose. I'm going for a child's pose. Resting your head down. Slowing the breathing down. We can either stay resting in child's pose, or we can have a little go at splits. We've done all the prep. Let's see if our bodies want to do it or not. So step your right foot on the inside of the right hand. So we're just going to come through crescent moon with the knee down, sinking your hips down. And just as we did at the beginning of the class, we're going to exhale, lean back, and inhale, come back forwards. So we're just going to rock this movement. If it feels comfortable, then you can, when you come forward, maybe just scoot your foot forward slightly. So you get a different angle at the knee. And just keep this motion going, coming back, coming forwards and dipping the hips down. So we're just getting a different angle at the hip. So just going with your breath. When that feels comfortable, then maybe you want to, so keep supporting your body. Maybe you'd like to lift the back knee up and bring it back slightly. So this angle is getting wider. I'm going to keep this movement forwards and back. Hips dip down and forwards. Try and stay off your knee if you can, your kneecap, and that back leg, and just keep this movement going. If you have your blocks, you can put them kind of on the side of you just to give yourself a bit more height. Just over time, just trying to sit the hips. So this is another reason it's really great to have the rolled up blanket up just underneath the hips. If you're so close to the ground that you're not quite there, then have a little blanket just put underneath your hips so you can get the idea. Feeling. Whenever you're ready to come out, just bring yourself back into that child's pose. So bring your toes together and your knees to touch, but keep trying. Come back into child's pose. Side to side, swaying. We're just going to do the same on the other side. Have a stretch and take asana. So, whenever you're ready, lifting back up. Left foot to the inside of the left hand. So my left hip is not as flexible as my right at all. So my right side in splits is usually slightly better than my left, even though I can't actually do splits at the minute, but that's okay. So just keep breathing. So keep dipping that right hip down towards the ground. As you breathe out, straighten the leg. So we're just doing this movement again. It's nice and familiar. You've done it before. Inhale, dip, and exhale, straighten. So if this feels really comfortable, then maybe you want to just scoop that foot forward. So use your toe just to kind of pull yourself forwards. Obviously, you can take these movements as small and as slow as you need. As I say, if you have blocks, you can put them kind of either side of you just to get a bit more height. So the higher up you can go with your body, the easier it's going to feel and the more supported you are even. So if that feels good, then maybe you want to hold your leg back slightly. My left hip isn't as comfortable as my right at all. So I'm probably not going to push it. Got my blanket ready. Put underneath my hips, give me a little bit more height. And then I decide I'm going to come down. Got that blanket to support me. Again, if you have blocks, the blanket isn't supporting me, I'm miles away. If you have blocks, you can kind of bounce. Whenever you feel like you've had enough, just bring yourself out really gently, maybe moving your back knee in. Probably rolling all your yoga mat up with you as you go. This always happens to me. Just bring the toes together, knees wide, sit back and together, just rock side to side now. So bring your hands shoulder distance. Just on an inhale, just rock forwards and just drop your hips down, just stretching the hip flexors in a cobra. Maybe bring your feet to mat distance and just kind of rock side to side. And as you increase the rocks, maybe just looking over your shoulders, towards your toes. Stretch the hip flexors. So keep pushing your hips down as you kind of pushing your chest up just to get the most out of that stretch, and rock and wiggle as much as you need to. Let's come back to child's pose. And again, just go side to side there. Come all the way up. Bring yourself down so you're sitting on your butt. Feet together and knees wide. So we're going to take the feet about a foot away from your body. Sit up really nice and tall, and then exhale, folding forward. So a nice stretch for the outside of the hips, maybe a bit of a stretch for the hamstrings as well. So coming back to the 6-second inhales and 6-second exhales. Next inhale to come all the way up. Straighten the legs out in front. Give your legs a little wiggle. Take a little hamstring stretch. That's hamstring stretch on the class. Sit up nice and tall. Find your sit bones, nice straight spine. Hands to your hips. And try and take the bend from the hips rather than from the upper back. So imagine like folding your tummy and then your chest along your legs. Get as deep as you can. If you need to bend your knees, so you get a nice stretch through the whole back of the body, and bring your chin to your chest. Maybe pedaling the legs. And I'll reach hands up, set up nice and tall. And exhale, C-shaped spine. It's nice and slowly lower yourself down onto or back. Nice and slow. Elbows down if you need to. Cool. So we're going to come into Shavasana. We've got some time if there's anything that your body needs. So maybe you would like to take a happy baby here. Maybe you want to take a different stretch. Maybe you just feel like you're really ready to just come and rest in Shavasana now. I'm thinking of a twist. So I'll lead you to a twist, but if there's something that your body needs that's different, you obviously take that. So maybe bringing both legs into a tabletop position. Both arms out in capital T, palms facing down, taking a nice big inhale, dropping the knees over to the right, looking to the left. So try and keep both shoulders down, feeling that stretch for the spine. Again, if there's something different that your body needs, then please take whatever feels good for you. And on an inhale, moving your knees back up to center. Then exhaling, knees to the left, to the right again. I'm just leading you through the posture I feel it's good to finish, but if there's something else that feels better for you, really feel free to stretch however you need to stretch. Tune into your own body and decide what's right for you. So inhale the knees up the center, both knees into your chest. You can wrap your arms around your knees, hold on to your elbows, your forearms or your wrists, and just pull everything down. So back of the head, the hips, the shoulders, really feeling that compression for the hip flexors. Squeeze and release. So bringing your feet either straight out in front of you, straight along the mat, or you can bring your feet to mat distance and roll your knees in towards them. So just see what feels really good for your body. Once you get there, let's take a nice big inhale through the nose, filling up into your belly and up into your chest. Hold the breath at the top, sip a bit more air in, and exhale. Feel that release of tension. I'm going to release your breath control now. Trying to keep your mind on your yoga mat, and my thoughts will want to wander, but you should keep trying to bring it back in. Being aware of your body, aware of your breath, and aware of your thoughts. Just observing yourself, try not to get too caught up in any of your thought processes. Keep coming back to your breath. Scanning through your body, checking for tension in different areas, checking with the jaw, checking with the eyes, the forehead, the hips. Let your body feel really heavy on the ground now. Each time your mind wanders, come back to your breath or come back to scanning your body. If your mind is really, really busy, maybe make a list of things that you're really grateful for. Or maybe imagine yourself achieving your goals, anything that you want to achieve, that you start seeing it. Your awareness back into your body if you've started the thought process. Just taking a couple of deeper breaths here, just to bring movement back to your body. Maybe start to move your fingers and your toes. Really relax. Maybe you'd like to rock your head from side to side. And whenever you're ready, let's take a nice big full body stretch. So inhale, stretching your fingers away from your toes, big stretch. And exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Just take a moment there. Just to acknowledge your practice. That one was starting off really nice and slowly and just kind of gathered momentum as we went. So it could get quite intense at times. So really acknowledge your effort in your yoga practice. And whenever you're ready, we're just going to make our way to a seat. So you might want to roll to your side. Maybe you'll want to rock back to a seated position. It's getting dark in here now. Really starting pitch black. Okay. If it wasn't for my laptop, you wouldn't be able to see me right now, I don't think. So let's bring your hands to your heart center. Let's just take some closing breaths. So interlace your fingers. You're going to push up. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, rounding your spine, pushing away from the body. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Just do that one more time. So inhale, stretch. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And exhale, hands to your heart center. And thanks ever so much. Really enjoyed that class. We ran over quite a lot. Oops, Daisy. But thanks ever so much. Yeah, we really ran over. We started quite late though, so we were a late start. So thanks ever so much for everybody catching up with the recording, and really appreciate you guys too. Let me just stop the class. So yes, thanks guys.